Why is everybody moving to Calgary, Canada's most underrated city? Literally, people are leaving Ontario, BC, and all other provinces and moving to Alberta and Calgary. And that's not obviously not because of ice fishing like that guy is doing over there. He's literally fishing there on the ice. Not the most pleasant activity. But why is everyone coming to Calgary as the most underrated city, guys? And of course, I lived in Toronto, I lived in Scarborough, guys, and I visited Vancouver. Those are great places, but for some reason, people don't want to stay there and they are coming here to Calgary. By the way, guys, what's up and welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here. So today's video is going to be really short, and I just want to tell you guys, provide you some facts. It's really cold here in Calgary today, but honestly, the weather has not been an issue in Calgary for a while. So let me tell you, first of all, guys, let's talk about money. Because as Canada getting, the level of life is going down and down, and Canada becomes more unaffordable, and literally the middle class is getting obliterated by the circumstances and by, well, maybe the government. I don't know, you tell me in the comments down below what's going on, but middle class is getting poorer in Canada, and number one reason is, of course, guys, people coming to Calgary for money. Well, did you know that, well, Canada is actually having the third world's largest, by the way, look at this guy, there is a guy driving on ice there. Canada has the third world largest reserves of oil. And guess which province is the biggest one for oil production in Canada? Yes, it's Alberta. And guess where all the oil and gas companies are? Well, yes, they are in Calgary. And of course, if you know, oil and gas companies pay way more for the same kind of jobs. And that's one of the reasons where I was where I was living the corporate lifestyle and I was working for oil and gas company. That's where I went there, because you get more money, like I would say like 33% more or something than the regular job for the same kind of position in oil and gas. You get paid more. Here's the chart of income for Canada major cities. And of course, guys, well, we have the most income here in Calgary, guys. So people come here for money. We have all the oil and gas production here. We have the highest incomes here in Canada. So first of all, money, of course. Second, prices. The second part is prices. Well, guess what's unaffordable in Toronto and what's the most inflated thing in Vancouver? Of course, real estate. So people come here for real estate. I personally helped, like, guys, so many of you. I don't give the entire exact number, but over the 2 years, I've been helping so many of you from Montreal, from Ontario, from Toronto, and even from Vancouver, from British Columbia, buying homes here in Calgary, guys. Real estate are cheaper here. It's cheaper than in Toronto or in Vancouver, guys. And yet, it could be better, potentially better than one of those cities. I'll tell you in a moment why. Guys, by the way, I'm ZXP Realty. I'm a realtor here in Calgary, Alberta, and I've been a realtor not before I started this YouTube channel. I told people to move to Calgary way before it got expensive here, way before I joined real estate. And some people are like, oh, you started making videos about real estate. No, if you watch my videos, how many years? 6 years I've been talking about Calgary, and I've been saying to move here. Even City of Calgary hired me multiple times to make videos to promote Calgary. Well, guess what? Nobody's advertising Calgary anymore. It got so popular now. Everyone is moving here. So real estate is cheaper here. I'm freezing, guys. Now, next part is, well, besides today, the sun went away and it started to get colder, and I'm of course underdressed today as well. But anyways, haven't got my gloves even. Calgary is getting actually warmer, and if you look at the news articles, there are more plants and vegetation is growing in Calgary that used to not grow at this altitude. So I mean, whatever longitude, altitude, basically in this climate zone. So if you're like my wife, who likes to plant a lot of flowers, she always looks at all those perennials and annuals and where they can live, and of course checks where the Calgary is. And Calgary got warmer with this global warming situation. It might actually be a better place to live. If it gets really hot on Earth, I think Calgary in the long run would be a pretty good place to be in. And anyways, it's getting more popular. It is also one of the most popular cities in North America for filmmakers. So a lot of those Hollywood movies and even games like Last of Us. Like everyone is coming here to shoot to shoot movies here. And of course, guys, well, I have a list here so I don't forget anything. Calgary is a very beautiful city. It's one of the best skylines in North America. I mean, downtown view. So, guys, everyone is thinking, oh, Calgary is a, like people from Toronto thinking that they're the center of the world, and a lot of people haven't even discovered Calgary back then. But Calgary has way more to offer, I believe, than Toronto has to offer for everyone. So, basically, it's a huge city with a lot of skyscrapers, beautiful skyline, and it is popular among the filmmakers. Just check out the downtown. Check out, like, go around Calgary and see how beautiful it is. And of course, guys, besides being the city itself, like right now I'm in Midnaport, that's where I purchased my another property, guys, in real estate, and because of the lake community. I want to give a quick disclosure. In Calgary we have a bunch of lake communities, but you have to live in them in order to have access because of homeowners association. So if you don't buy a home or you don't rent a home in the lake community, you don't get access to that lake. Just heads up. If any one of you plan to move to Calgary and says and wants to be like me on the lake community, you can reach out to me, guys, and I'll guide you through that process. Anyways, Calgary is close to the mountains, so it is really beautiful. I go all the time to Lake Louise, Banff. Banff is super beautiful place. Guys, you look at all those most scenic, most beautiful places in the world, and it is Banff. And of course, Jasper it's quite far for a drive, like 4 hours in Jasper, but you can go to Banff, you can go to Canmore, and of course you should visit Jasper if you are here in Alberta, one of the most beautiful places. And it is all very close to Calgary, far from Edmonton, but close to Calgary, guys. I want to say we have a rival, I have nothing else against Edmonton, but in Calgary, we just traditionally don't like Edmonton. We call it Deadmonton. And people in Edmonton a lot of times don't like Edmonton as much. Even though, guys, might be the next underrated city in some time in the future, but right now Calgary is the one that's shining. The prices here are growing. In Edmonton they've been actually falling down for some time now, but anyways, we'll talk about that in a separate video. Guys, if you want to know real estate statistics and things like that, let me know. I'll make a separate video. I don't want to go into real estate in this video. Okay, other reasons why people want to move to Calgary is one of the top cities in the world to live in, one of the most livable cities in the world, and of course one of the top cities for immigrants in Canada, one of the most popular ones. Guys, I've been making videos about Calgary. I was saying, I moved here for immigration purposes and then I stayed, and there's no other city in Canada I would trade Calgary for. I mean, it's awesome. There's so many things to do, and immigration programs here, provincial ones, are pretty good too. That's why I came here, because of Alberta AINP. At that time it was the name of it, and yeah, as an international student it was a great place. And I think, guys, it's a mistake if you go to Toronto or Vancouver as an immigrant. But better go there. Don't make Calgary too expensive for us here to live in. Anyways, Calgary is growing. Prices are growing too. And in the near future, it will be as expensive as Toronto or Vancouver. And of course, guys, it is already getting so expensive that people in Calgary cannot compete. People in Calgary are already complaining that so many thousands, tens of thousands of people came to Calgary. Even like, I think it was 17,000 people who came to Alberta last quarter. So a lot of people are coming and coming and coming, and it becomes more and more expensive. The housing, rents, people are like, why are the rents so expensive? Why is the housing going up? I still have people contacting me thinking real estate is free here, but there are still way more affordable options. But of course, guys, it's getting a lot out of the budget for middle class to be even able to afford a house. Now you have to go for a townhouse or a condo a lot of times, or a house in not so great community. But in the future, it's going to be as unaffordable as Vancouver, as Toronto, guys, and it's still a better place to live in. Anyways, Calgary is awesome, and that's why everyone is moving to this most Canada's underrated city, and that's why Toronto realtors are trying to push for Calgary, and Vancouver realtors are trying to push for Calgary, because, guys, this is the next booming area. And of course, if you invested into real estate right now, and you see the growth that is happening with the population and the shortage of housing, we know where it's all going, guys. See you in the next video. And by the way, if you want to learn more about Calgary, I suggest you watch this video next on this channel. Don't forget to subscribe. It's your guy Igor. See you in Calgary. Bye for now.